Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Aries, let's get into this. By the way, today is my baby's birthday, my Aries, and so happy birthday to anybody who shares my baby's birthday. Um, Now, for this storyline, as you can see, sorry, let me move my big head the other way. As you can see, we have the moon and then the sun, and we see this little string connecting the two, and of course, we see characters that are representing the sun and the moon, joining together, walking together like that. So this could be the energy or the message of two opposite but equally balanced, equally as powerful energies coming into a harmonious balance. It doesn't have to be about romance, but we're in eclipse season, right? So we've already had the lunar eclipse, and now we're headed up to that total solar eclipse on the 8th. So to me, it's like, okay, this is maybe a great way to start thinking about this a little bit. So with this in mind, we got the Ace of Coins followed by the Temperance. So we definitely have balance. Hey, Jeannie Vale. Thank you, honey. Good to see you, hon. The fact that we have balanced energy and a new beginning right out of the gate, Aries, this is nice. This represents, first off, Sagittarius, and then we've got a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus as well. But we have, if somebody has been a little bit foxy from time to time, maybe, a little bit, I'll say, I don't want to say sly, that's not the word I'm looking for, but someone who's been a little bit dodgy. Up above, we also happen to have the owl, which is like there's this governance of maybe one's higher self or the ancestor on the other side who's kind of tried to give this person a little bit more confidence. And then we see a squirrel up here, which again is like random energy. And I feel like this little trio of, I will say, power animals that has different, representations to it. I feel like there's a new beginning because some of those scattered thoughts have been tempered by the intuition, and that's really why we're seeing a character who has the ability now to come into a harmonious balance either within themselves, and this could be just a snapshot of one person finally feeling like, okay, I'm at peace, I calmed my jitters, I'm not shying away from truth anymore, I'm listening to my intuition and I feel good. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Two of Swords. Here's the way I'm going to read this. Somebody doesn't have any clue that a character has balanced out their energy. This may be our Aries. I don't know for sure, but this, even though it's an ace, I always look at this more as a Two of Cups because we have two seahorses within the cup, and seahorses mate for life. This feels like a very profound bond. I feel like someone who previously was scattered, was all over the place, was dodging inner truth, has finally gotten calm enough that they can acknowledge, I love this person. I love Aries. I love so and so. And I kind of feel like it's liberating for them to be able to like know it and say it within themselves. They might be practicing like saying it out loud, even if they have not said it to perhaps Aries, because Aries looks like they're, don't come toward me. This to me looks like this could be reversed, of course. And it never matters what genders we're talking about. I don't read stories for genders, but we definitely have somebody who's blocked this individual. And I can understand why, because this individual only just now shows up balanced. A character who's been scattered can cause a lot of ruckus, can cause a lot of confusion. Let's change decks actually and say, tell me about, I'm going to say my Aries is the energy of that Two of Swords. And we have literally the Tower, so straight up Aries energy. I was going to say, why did Aries feel the need to block this person? Well, because they were crashing my life. They were damaging stuff from me, and I can't have that. This Aries decided to protect themselves. Hey, I get it. I don't blame this character. They said I gave it enough time. Divine, wisdom told me it is time I move on from this. Let it fall apart. Let it go. Let me quit holding on to someone wishing they'd love me or wishing they would get themselves balanced enough to at least make a clear decision. So you know what? They can't make a decision. I can. I'm blocking them. I'm letting this thing fall apart. Instead of me like basically propping open a door or even a window for them, should they ever find the courage to come crawling through it. Nope. I'm gone. I'm moving out of that house altogether. I'm not keeping a door or a window open. Nope. Metaphorically speaking, I know it's time to move on so that I can have peace. You notice the yin yang right there in the middle. I think that this Aries really, they reached the end of their, I'll say, their compassion rope. So we have a 5 of Swords. I think Aries flat out blocked them. We see blockage twice. This says Aries was a little bit salty, though. They were on this one. They might have been like full pushback. Warrior Princess, thank you. Thank you on behalf of my Aries. Thank you, honey. You're so generous. What a beautiful birthday present for him. Thank you for that donation. Mwah. Tammy Secord, hi, honey. Good to see you. Thank you for the hibiscus. Okay, so our Aries then proceeded to move on with the Chariot. However, they did hit a snag. Or they're simply, look, putting up a blockage energetically, letting something fall apart instead of holding hope for an individual. I think that's the best way I could say that Aries chose to like remove their energy from someone and put up a strong boundary. They did move forward, but this says they're either starting to see things from a totally different perspective or they only moved so far away, meaning, okay, I'm not going to talk to that person anymore. I'm not emailing or texting them anymore. I maybe am even open to meeting somebody else, going out on a date, but somewhere buried in the subconscious, Aries still thinks, by the way, my Aries just shut up. I don't know if you just heard him go, he's back there politely snoozing a little, but he heard me say his name, so he came in this video. The fact that I think our Aries is perhaps still thinking about this person in their subconscious, because we have a couple birds. Birds are messengers. Messengers, I always think of, like of the subconscious. It's just to me, everything is symbolism in my stories, right? So I do think that we have an Aries who they're still somewhere in the back of their mind. They're still chewing on what happened between themselves and this other person. We have an 8 of Wands. The more Aries thinks about things, the more certain they are that A, it was right for them to move on, but B, there's probably still going to be more dialogue later. I mean, I think that sometimes it's a really good idea for characters to take a break. I think everything needs a break sometimes, like take a break. If you're listening to a story and it's bugging you, stop listening and go turn on some awesome music. Listen to a comedy routine, laugh, get outside, spend time with a person and chit chat with somebody, whatever it is. That goes for watching my videos too. If something's bugging you, take a break from it. Don't let a story make you grit your teeth or something, right? Take a break, reset. Come back and finish it later. You may have a whole different perspective, or since we don't know how a story ends, allow different scenarios to pop up. But the bottom line here is Aries is realizing it was a really good idea that they moved away from this person the more they reflect on it. But they also know this story ain't over. It can be if Aries doesn't want to talk to this person, but there's I don't want to, and then there's I don't want to, but I know that I still need to, or I didn't want to at that point talk to them anymore or give them space to keep being indecisive. But someday, if there's clarity, and you notice we've got that Sagittarius Archer here, look, the Archer doesn't miss their mark. It's like if they ever are ready to talk and say something with confidence, that's the day we'll probably have conversation, but not until then, because they know they can't approach me with maybes. I think this Aries made it very clear. Don't come toward me with confusion. Don't come toward me with your maybes. Don't come toward me if you're going to be sly, if you're going to be scattered. Don't come toward me if you can't listen to your own intuition. That's the rules of dealing with the Aries, is what I think this says. And I think it's probably a really good thing the Aries put that boundary up. But they know that this ain't over yet. So let's go back over to that other character. Okay, I just remembered I have something on the stove and I can smell it. It's not burning, but we've got the Ten of Pentacles, we got the Tower, we got the Inspiration of Swords. So on their side, lo and behold, who's at the forefront of their mind? The Aries. Also, the fact that the Aries left them, and all of a sudden, I can't think of who sings it right now. Is it Pete? I don't think it's Pete Tosh. I can't remember. But you never miss your water till your well runs dry. No, is it Jimmy Cliff? I don't know. Please, somebody fact check me. Great song, and I hate to misquote an artist's lyrics. But I feel like this definitely, like, without Aries in their life, Aries was providing a tremendous amount of support. And even here, you notice that it's like multiple hands supporting each other. Well, if one person is holding something, it can slip a little bit through their fingers. But if another person is right under them cradling and then another beneath that, nothing's going to fall out because we have multiple layers of like safety net. I really think that Aries' energy in their life was a huge safety net. They felt more abundant. They felt more valuable, even though they were always like, maybe, I don't know what to do, Aries. I'm not sure if I can move forward. I'm not sure. It's only the reason they had the luxury of being not sure is because they were in such a safe space, because Aries' energy was so supportive. It was like they didn't have to be sure because Aries was the sure thing. Well, guess what? Aries is long gone, and all of a sudden, finally, they meet themselves. They meet what life is like when there's not, when Aries isn't present. Then what? They finally get a chance to say, oh my God, that's what I was doing? That's how I was behaving? I wanted the support that I got from Aries, but I gave nothing in return. Oh, because this is somebody realizing this. This is somebody who is finally able, the Inspiration of Swords is the Page of Swords. So it's gathering information. It's recognizing something. I think this person is having that coming to Jesus moment where they realize what they were doing. It's pretty bad behavior. It's pretty bad behavior. I don't know. I don't like it, but Four of Cups. I have to say this. They may have a lot of regret about it because they were trying to protect themselves at all costs. Risk nothing so they don't have to lose anything. Let Aries be the one who keeps providing stability. Let Aries be the one who provides them shelter. Let Aries be the one who kind of does the heavy lifting. I do see that they have a regret at this point that maybe they behaved that way. But let me go back over here and ask about the fact that they now feel more balanced. What is the magical thing that makes them suddenly feel balanced? Ooh, we have the Devil. We have the Action of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Eight of Wands kind of sideways. This gives me pause. I don't like seeing this. Or this, because it looks to me like they're thinking that they're really balanced now. Hey, wait a minute. I realize I've been pretty much, feeling like I knew Aries cared about me, and so that made me feel safe. Therefore, I didn't really have to commit to anything and reciprocate. But now, whoa, you know what? Now that I realize I was doing that, hey, I'm changing, but now I feel so balanced. This says, no, they don't feel balanced. They feel hungry and obsessed to get that nice energy back. Now, do they love Aries? Possibly, but my question is still, but is it a healthy love? Somebody can love an individual, but they love only within the capacity that they can. I don't know how else to gracefully say it, but these are always fictional stories about fictional characters, right? But for my own experience of life, I have recognized, because I have been through situations where they did love me, but theirs was a toxic, messed up, selfish, jealous, but not really caring kind of love. It's weird to be jealous of and yet also not really give caring and nurturing. That's a weird blend to have, but I personally have experienced that, and I almost feel like that's what I'm trying to describe here, because this is hungry, selfish, demanding. I want, I need, I love my Aries. I want them. Sure, yeah, you do really love them, but you also have a desire for them that is, I want immediate gratification. I really want to talk to them. I really maybe want to take action. And I'll be able to say that I love them, but are they going to be able to give? That's the big thing. They have recognized that they weren't giving before, but it says now they're so balanced. They realize all this. They have all this love, but I still don't see that they're capable of giving the right kind of love. That may just be like the big, like I want to do this, like woo woo, like little alarm bells ringing, like Aquarius. Sorry, not Aquarius. Aries. Watch out, because this person can really, really love Aries, but they still may not be healthy enough to give the right kind of love. Even if they know, wow, I didn't give anything before. Wow, Aries really was good to me. Wow, I really want them back because I really love them. It still doesn't mean that they're able to do this. We got 5 of Cups in the reverse. We got the Judgment upright. Tammy, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. You are so generous. Sometimes reconciling doesn't mean getting back together. Sometimes it means making it so these two can communicate and have a role in each other's lives without having to get back together. Do I think that these two are going to talk? Yeah, because they want to talk to Aries. They do. Of course, they're hungry for Aries energy. Who wouldn't be? Aries was good to them. They had a 10 of Pentacles with Aries. They had security. They had safety. They knew that they were dealing with somebody who was a real deal, somebody who was giving and who had a lot to share. Of course, they want that back. But you notice the sandstorm is still here, even though we also have the angel, and the angel is, carved out of granite. I'm so sorry to say it this way, but in this story, it almost looks like Aries and this person have played an important role in one another's lives, and there is still a bond here, but the bond is a different context or texture, I'll say. It's not one, I don't know that these two want to actually be totally out of each other's lives. I think they actually do better being able to still communicate, but I do not think that the sandstorms ever settle down for these two. I don't see this as the relationship that comes back into this happily ever after, and this is the right person for Aries, and Aries is the right person for them. I think Aries helped them to see some of the things that they were doing, some of their behaviors. I think they genuinely love Aries, but I don't know that I think this is the person for Aries at all. But I don't think that Aries or this person genuinely wants to never talk again. Knight of Cups. I do think this person is going to still try to maybe express more emotion to Aries as time goes on. As much as I'm contemplating what this means, so is our Aries. They're kind of like, no, don't, I don't want to go down this road again. Aries will always be somehow still dealing with this connection and evaluating, why did I meet them? What is this for? In their subconscious, they already know. This character is, I think that this is a young soul and Aries is an old soul. I think Aries is helping lead the way in the darkness for them. Aries was questioning, why did I connect to them? Now they still kind of want to pursue me for romance, but I don't think I want to do romance with them. So why are they in my life at all? Because sometimes we're the teacher, not the student. And the teacher goes home at the end of a day of teaching and they're tired because they gave everything they had in that classroom. A teacher's job is really difficult, right? They give a ton of themselves. And if Aries is their teacher and their guide for at least a segment of this character's life, I don't think they have to be this person's teacher their whole existence, perhaps, but it feels like Aries already knows this because that moon is freaking huge. And it's like we can hide our face in our hands all we want and say, I don't get it. I don't get it. Aries does know because this is the subconscious. Aries is the light in the dark for this person. They're guiding this person, but this person is not Aries Two of Cups. They're not Aries forever love story person. They're not Aries romantic partner. They don't, even though they love Aries, I really think if Aries took all romance out of this and said, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to think about romance with him. That's off the table completely. Okay, now cool, sure. This is a person that is like near and dear to me, and I know that they're a little lost in the dark, and I know that they really have a fondness for me, and I'll hold their hand and help them walk through the dark parts when they're a little bit scared, because I know I don't have those same fears. Somehow I kind of know the way. I think that's what this storyline is. And putting it in that perspective, suddenly, poof, all the distress is just gone. Or at least for me, I'm like, I'm not struggling finding, like, who is this? What is this connection about? It's not a romantic connection at the end of the day. It's a soulful connection, but it's not one for being in love with this particular person. I think that's what the Aries is going to discover as time passes. And that alone, it takes away the sting. It takes away the expectation. I mean, let's put it this way. We have very different expectations of, our work colleague than we have of our husband or wife, right? Work colleague, whatevs. They can be in a crap mood sometimes. They can kind of slack off here and there. We don't get super uber invested in worrying about every detail of what's going on with them or what their attitude is like on any given day. But our husband or wife, we come home to them and it's like, oh my God, why is my partner out of sorts? What's going on with them? Why are they not happy? Is it me? Did I upset them? What are they not telling me? And we can just like get so hyper focused and worried and upset. That's the equivalent of this storyline. Aries is like, I'm not stressed about this because I just took the relationship out of it, the romance out of it, and said, wait a minute. All right, now I get it. This person they play a different role in my life. I don't have to have the same expectations of them or our interaction. I kind of really like this one. It was like, such a relief. Oh, Carrie, happy belated birthday, sweethearts. I am so happy for you. I love Aries. Aries is a great zodiac. My doggy is very much an Aries, very headstrong. I mean, thank goodness he chose me as his mama and he loves me, because I'll tell you, I don't think anybody could make that dog do what he doesn't want to do. He knows everything that he chooses to do. And so when he misbehaves, it's solely because he wanted to. And we have had arguments, my dog and I, but he is a very strong Aries. And although I always say, it's not like I say, oh, this is how someone must behave because that's their sun sign. But at the same time, I do chuckle because I feel like I have a very headstrong Aries. Although by that token, I think all blue healers should probably be considered Aries because they are all very headstrong. Queen Libra 76, great to see you. It's been a hot minute. How are you? Hey, Morgan. Thank you. I will tell Mr. Aries a very happy birthday. He's kind of zonked out right now because he had a lot of time. That was his birthday gift, as he was outside herding the ducks and the birds for kind of like a doubly long amount of time. And he got to see one of his other favorite people in this world today. And so he had a very nice time, but he's a little bit knocked out at the moment. Hi, Dwanette. Good to see you. Right back at you, darling. Miss Hermit, always great to catch you. All right, you guys, take care. Thank you again. Tammy, Warrior Princess, thank you so much. You guys are so kind, so generous. Bye.